wow. Alvaro Morata really came clutch for Sweden in this game. My goodness, how do you miss some of these chances? And before I say anything about Spain, let me just give credit to Sweden for a second. Y'all defended so freaking good. And honestly, this is not looking good for Poland, because they could barely get past Slovakia. I don't know how they're going to score against Sweden. I mean, I guess as long as you have Lewandowski, there's always a chance. But man, I don't think anyone can get past the Swedish team. This is crazy. And you know what? They were pretty lethal on the offense too. The man from Real Sociedad, Alexander Isak, had a crazy performance today. And just imagine if Sweden had Zlatan Ibrahimovic at the end of those chances. Substitute Berg with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, those are goals. And I mean, listen, we can operate on the what ifs, but the fact of the matter is they played well. And arguably that Isak shot that ended up hitting the post was probably the closest that anyone had into scoring the game winner. And actually, let me just rephrase this real quick. Yes, Sweden were hard to beat. I wouldn't say that they played attractive football, but they did what they had to do and get a result against Spain. Because having a point against Spain is pretty good, especially when you consider your next games are against Poland and Slovakia. So credit to Sweden for holding out a draw. The match was so one-sided, but y'all got the job done. Now on to Spain. Honestly, it's kind of a tricky thing to answer, because they've always had technical ability. They've always been the type of team that passes and dominate possession, but they are clearly a team that lacks a number 9. Alvaro Morata today made Haris Seferovic look like he was world class, and I'm being wholeheartedly serious when I say this. I think that if Spain had Ansu Fati in the lineup, this could have made things a lot more interesting. Ansu Fati is a winger, but he can play as a striker, and he could have potentially made the difference. But of course, he's recovering from his injury, and being as young as he is, he's definitely going to have plenty of opportunities to compete at the Euros, so I wouldn't even worry. If anything, he might even be at the World Cup. But one thing I will say is that their current striking options are very poor. Pablo Sarabia and Gerard Moreno, none of them were able to capitalize. And the big question going into this tournament was whether or not Spain was going to be able to solve their number 9 issue. And unfortunately, none of the players stepped up today. Now, is this the end of the tournament for Spain? I'm not going to say 100%. You know what? Sweden played like a prime Greece from 2004. Their next match is against Poland, who might play on the counterattack, but for the most part aren't going to play as negative as Sweden did, because they got to get some points. For keeping it real, I think they're definitely going to have some opportunities in that match. When you look at this game, Spain had like 17 shots in the whole game, and 5 shots were on target. The issue isn't to set up the goals, the issue is to actually bury them. And you know what? Against Poland or Slovakia, I definitely think they're going to get a chance to actually do something. Hopefully they can get some confidence, and maybe that might just be what they need to get back on track and maybe go on a run. But right now, things aren't looking so promising. There isn't really much else to say about this game. I mean, Spain clearly dominated possession. I mean, you completed like 921 passes. You had 86% of the ball possession. But at the end of the day, it didn't even count for anything. But like I said, I do think they're still a good team. I think they're going to be able to really come into their stride against Poland, either them or Slovakia. And from there, we'll just have to wait and see whether or not Alvaro Morata finally starts scoring again, or if they're going to go with Gerard Moreno in the next match. But with that being said, that pretty much concludes Group E. So in the end, Slovakia are now first place in the group, Sweden and Spain tied on points, and Poland at the bottom of the group with a -1 goal differential. Is this the early end for Poland, or is this the beginning of a comeback? We'll have to wait and see what happens, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for watching the videos. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Do you think Spain still has a chance in this tournament? Write down your opinions in the comment section below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, because you already know the Euro 2020 grind continues. I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we finally get to cover the big matches. Hungary against Portugal and France against Germany. It's going to be entertaining. We'll see what happens. With that being said, it's the end of the video. Peace out, guys.